Welcome back, Double Teamed fam. How are we doing? Welcome to the Double Team Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our content.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yes, leave
TikTok,
a 5-star review.
YouTube.
You know, I will say there was one lady on YouTube that was like, you know, because we have some episodes where it's us and guests, and there's some episodes where it's just us.
Just two of us, yeah.
And she listened, I guess, to an episode of just the two of us, and she was like,
record too much.
Sorry. And she was like, this is boring. I'll wait until you guys record with a guest. And I was like, then don't watch. And she was like, I'll just wait for another guest. And I was like, you know what? Thanks for supporting us at least there. You know, if you don't find us together that entertaining, but you find us with other guests entertaining, I'll take it.
That's fine.
I'll take it.
It's interesting because, like, in the past, we've got a lot of comments where it's like, I love it when it's just the two of y'all. Like, I love the banter and, like, the sisterly dynamic. And then other times where people are like, yeah, they love the guests and they love the guests that we bring on. And, you know, and it's just so funny because, like, there are episodes where, like, I've seen someone comment and they're like, love this episode. One of my favorites. So good. And someone else is like, this is shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like everyone connects.
You can't please everyone.
Yeah, everyone connects differently. At the end of the day, we're just going to post, you know, what we record and see how it goes. Also,
if you're here, cool. If not,
everyone on YouTube, say hi to Kashmir.
He's, I guess, taken over Tiesto's role.
Yes. But Tiesto used to sit in my lap.
Tiesto was such a cuddler.
He was such a cuddler.
I mean,
but so is Kashmir.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kashmir's like an annoying cuddler, but like at night. He'll just like...
Kashmir and I spoon almost every morning.
Kashmir and I love and hate each other. He loves me, I hate him.
Anyway, so yeah, for YouTube, say hello to Kashmir. He is also named after a DJ. Anyways, okay, so for today's episode, I did a little come on.
Oh!
What did you do?
He clawed me. He's so cute. I'm fine.
Okay.
You got me
Look
good
at his little belly. Okay, he's pissed. Stop.
He is.
Okay. For today's episode, I did a little story post on our Instagram asking you guys for ways that you've surprised your partner in the past. And
some of you had some very cute submissions.
I honestly, half those submissions were like dirty and the other half were like really sweet.
Yeah.
And honestly, I loved all of them.
Yes.
And the reason I did that was because my partner and I did a bingo card for the year. Of basically like things that we want to like do, and one of them was like surprise the other in like kind of a big way, or like a really endearing way, or like something just like that just comes as a total surprise and is like very cute. And I loved it, or I love the idea of that. I love surprising him, and so I was like, okay, I want to think of like a really great way to surprise him. And I know most of you are like, well, you could just like randomly show up in Italy one day before you're like, what?
Your boyfriend's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. See, mine's...
Okay, I already have his birthday surprise.
What are you getting him?
Ew, wait, when is this releasing? Do we
know?
Well,
it doesn't matter. He doesn't listen to this.
He listens sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Well, regardless, I am surprising him with a trip somewhere in Europe. The nice thing about, when you are in Europe, you can find really cheap flights to and from places. And for the month when I'm there in May, again, I don't know when this is releasing, so it could be May now. Anyways, during our next visit, I was like, okay, I'm going to just plan a little quick weekend getaway for him and I to go somewhere for his birthday. So that's what I'm doing.
I'm trying to figure out what to get my boyfriend for his birthday, because it's like...
Oh, it's like the month after.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk offline. But... So the surprise for his birthday, I don't know if that really counts as like the surprise that we meant on the bingo card. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'll ask him. But I do want to think of other ways to surprise him so I can knock that thing off the bingo card. And like I said, I also just genuinely like enjoy surprises. Like I enjoy giving people surprises.
I don't enjoy surprises for me.
Nope. I'm not great at receiving surprises.
Unless it's like, if you're surprising me with a Louis or a Prada, sure.
Absolutely.
Anything else? or a nice trip. Past that, I'm like,
I would rather have a stay in.
Yes. I'd rather know the circumstances. I'm not that great with surprises for myself, but I love surprising other people.
Yeah.
I also just suck at surprising you.
I know.
I'll like get something for you and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. And I tell you ahead of time anyway.
Or one of us figures it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Or we inadvertently just like accidentally ordered the same thing.
Wait, I want to know, have I ever actually surprised you with a gift?
I don't know.
Not even the Louis scarf?
Well, I mean, you had me unwrap a bag or a Louis box that was like just a pair of socks.
Funny. Okay, but that wasn't a surprise. Okay. Well, damn, I haven't surprised you, huh? Okay.
I don't know. Have I surprised you?
Not successfully. No. There are things where it's like you were attempted to, but somehow I found out before.
Like what?
Like the Sailor Moon shirt.
Oh,
The picture of Tiesto.
yeah.
Things like that. We're not great with surprise with each other. But anyways, okay, so first part of this segment, going through the submissions, we will start off with a segment brought to you by Personal Fave, our favorite lube company. I know we've talked about Personal Fave many times on the pod, on our Instagram. You've probably heard some of the ads we've had running. I genuinely, absolutely freaking love their formulas. Oh, we also
quality shit.
Quality lubes. The Peak is their oil-based CBD lube that I use all the time when I wank. And then the Wet, spelled WHET, is their water-based, like normal kind of lubricant that I also love. And both are just phenomenal formulas. I will forever use these lubes. And it's so interesting because I ran out of one of my bottles, and when I traveled to Italy last to see, my boyfriend, I ended up taking another bottle of one that I just had kind of lying around because I was like, well, damn, like I don't have time to go pick up a new one or to order a new one because I'd have to ship it. And I was out of my Wet. And the CBD one I used just on myself. And so I took a different one, and my pH got thrown off. I had to use boric acid because it did not work the same. Nice. Of course, I will always sing the praises of Personal Fave, and there are two lubes, Wet and Peak. Anyways, so this segment is brought to you by Personal Fave. Use code FAVDT at checkout at personalfave.co. And I'm going to talk about my Personal Fave submission from this submission. So
Can I talk about my Personal Fave because it's super short?
Your favorite submission?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's hear it. Which
one?
My
Personal Fave submission for this on like ways to surprise your partner. One guy said, he was like, I'm on the smaller side, so I surprised my girl with like letting her go be with a bigger dude for a night or something like that. And I saw that and I was like, what a guy. I was like, I think that's actually like really, I mean, I'm sure she, loves his dick no matter the size, clearly, because they're together. And, to be together, you do have to have that sexual chemistry. Like, that's a part of the equation,
mm-hmm.
But for him to just kind of like take it like a dude and just be like, okay, yeah, like I'm not huge, but if you want a night with a huge dude, like go get it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The self-awareness, the security.
Yeah.
I would imagine that their relationship has a lot of security if they're willing to do that, if he's willing to do that.
Yeah.
And then also the faith and hope, the faith in their love, because he's probably feeling like, I know that she loves me for more than my dick. I know that she loves me enough to stay with me no matter if I give her the opportunity to go be with someone else, whatever. So I agree. When I saw that one, I remember I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Because not a lot of men would do that.
No.
Especially, on the smaller side. Sometimes I just think, I'm like, what would the world be like if every dick had just turned out the same size? I mean, at the same time, it kind of takes away kind of like the serendipity of different sizes. But at the same time, you know, because like for women, like anytime you hook up with a guy, like it's kind of like opening up a present. You just don't know what you're gonna get, and then like, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. You know, sometimes it's girthy, sometimes it's like a pencil. And regardless, like it's kind of fun just to see what you get. But regardless, like you know, so I really wonder what it would be like if every single man had just the same standard penis, and what would we have chosen as a society? What would it, you know, like how would that change us as a society? And I would hope that the standard,
I think we need a whole TV script on this specific
idea,
yeah, like a whole show about it,
or a movie, or a book.
What would that look like?
Oh, that's actually a great book idea.
You know, and I will say, like, for size, like, so I know so many people that, like, you know, or like women that like, oh, you know, I don't like a big dick. And then I know other girls that are like, I'm a size queen.
It's all preference. Yeah.
Yeah. Like preference. And I think I find different preferences so fascinating.
I do too.
You know, I can't say that I've, you know, preferred something, you know, I just want.
It's really come down to the man attached to it.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I'm super happy with my partner and his dick. I'm obsessed with his dick.
It really is a person plus dick combo.
Like, no, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't separate the person from the dick from the person. But anyways, I wonder, like, if everyone did have the same size, what would it be? I would hope like 6 inches with good girth.
But okay, I'm trying to think, like, guys place so much importance on their dick size. So my question there would be, what would they then place importance on? Or what would be like the controversy, right? Because the controversy now is like, you know, oh, you know, all women want big penises, and that's not really true. But, you know, everyone's always like, does size matter? So then if everyone was the same size, then what would be the new does size matter question? Does it stand up? You know?
Okay, but that's a great question.
But that's what I'm saying. We need a screenwrite on this. We need a screenwrite.
Well, hold on. Think about it this way.
What if all women had the same boob size? You know,
well,
whatever.
Hold on. Let's stop right there. All I'm saying is all women have the same. Not all women have the same vaginas. However, there's no size difference in vaginas that is, but like, there is, I guess, in a way, regardless. But for women right now, like, that's not a big thing. So sometimes, yeah, I guess, sure, it gravitates up to the boobs. However, I don't know that boobs are as much of a deal breaker as penis size, because they're not directly related to this act of sex.
But you also have to think about the fact that, like, all women have like different size labias. Also, not all women are like super tight. Sometimes you have.
I know, but what I'm saying is that, like,
I can't measure that.
Men haven't traditionally been like, well, how big is her vagina? Because that's going to dictate how good the sex is going to be. Same with boobs.
What for women? What do men use?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they're just happy to have sex. So, like, I don't think it's a preference thing. Regardless, I don't know what it would be.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I don't know what it would be for men. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe the world would be a better place if every man was the same size. And we didn't have to worry about what size does matter, or, like, you know, and men with small or men with, you know, men who are self-conscious about their parts, you know, aren't carrying that insecurity. Maybe the world would be a better place.
Yeah, but I think, like, in a way, like, even though boobs aren't a part of the immediate sexual interaction, they are overly sexualized.
100%.
You know, 100%. So I think the does size matter is the same question as how big are her tits, you know, like.
But no one looks at a girl, or, like, I can't ever think of a time that.
But let's go.
Hold on. Let me put it this way. I can't think of men generally looking at a woman with smaller boobs and thinking, I don't want to have sex with her, or this is going to impede on the sexual performance.
Some men are like that, though. Just like some women are like, you know, they look at a guy's dick and they're like, I don't know if I'm going to have fun with that.
Maybe, I don't, this is tough.
I get it.
I don't think men put as much emphasis on breast size as women may put emphasis on dick size.
Do you think
or society doesn't put as much emphasis on breast size as much as society puts an emphasis on dick size?
All right, now that summer is on its way, like the whole slogan, we are so back. Summer's almost here. We got to get equipped for all of the adventures that we are going on. Now, how are we going to do that? Via Hemp, of course. They've got their High Love. They've got a great selection of gummies that are going to get you feeling right for this summer season. High Love, for example, is crafted with a powerful blend of cannabinoids and time-tested aphrodisiac herbs. So maybe you're going to a play party. Maybe you're having alone time with your boo. Maybe, I don't know, you're going skinny dipping. High Love has got you covered. Okay? It also has maca root for energy, horny goat weed, and the formula is designed to increase blood flow, awaken your senses, which you definitely want this summer, and to help you fully embrace the moment, which fully embrace the moment is so significant for this summer season. I think we all need to get in touch with the present. I know for me, as an anxious girly, I look for anything that helps me stay present. I think High Love is actually one of the better ones I feel that has really helped me just kind of like get out of my own head per se. So Via Hemp, of course, has got you covered. They are known for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies, soothing topicals, and their calming drops. If you are looking to get yourself some Via Hemp, go to viahemp.com and use code DTFAM. Again, viahemp.com and use code DTFAM for savings. Plus, enjoy free shipping on all orders over 50. I freaking love free shipping. So again, go to viahemp.com, use code DTFAM. Link is in the episode description. Enjoy free shipping if you order over $50, and let me know how well Via Hemp is treating you this summer. I'm gonna think on that.
Okay, anyways, I thought that was a great submission.
Thank you. What was your personal fave submission?
My personal fave submission was, okay, so I'm not going to read it word for word. I'm going to give you guys the kind of like the summary of it, but I thought this was so sweet. Someone wrote in that one year their wife was, it was around Christmas time. Their wife was kind of depressed and like, you know, just not in a great mood, had some stuff going on. And so he wanted to think of a way to cheer her up. And he knew that she really liked fireplaces. And I guess the apartment that they were in, or like a nice roaring fire in the winter.
Okay.
You know, it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
With a mantle, you hang up the stockings on it, all of that.
It's giving modern family home, yes.
Yes. So, however, the apartment that they were in didn't have a fireplace, from my understanding.
Okay.
So,
Were they renting?
Yeah, it's an apartment.
Okay.
Anyways, so he had their children, like, on pieces of paper draw, like, flames. Mm-hmm. And then he went and got, like, poster board and kind of, I think it looked like wrapping paper. Basically something on the poster board that, like, looked like bricks. Mm-hmm. And he literally built a fireplace out of this poster board and used the drawings that their children made as the flames for the fire. And it even had a little mantle on it, or, like, something that he used to hang the stockings on. And he hung all 4 of their stockings on it. And he surprised her with that. And when I read that, guys, I was nearly in tears.
That is so sweet.
It was so sweet.
Well, because, like, you could really tell, because, you know, he was
proactive, thoughtful,
but, you know,
sentimental. And
he was placing, like, no limitations on that. So, you know, obviously, like, if they're renting an apartment, they can't, you know, he can't go and build an actual fireplace, but he used his imagination
and built an entire fireplace.
Built a fireplace, even though, yeah, sure, it wasn't you know, you can also just take the TV and put one of those YouTube fireplaces on, kind of mimic it too. But, you know, the fact that he kind of really went above and beyond for her, that's beautiful.
It was beautiful. And, And he sent me a picture of it, and it looked so good. I'm not kidding when I say when I first looked at the picture, I'm like, wait, they have a fireplace. Like, what? And then I was like, oh, wait, no, that's like what he built.
Aww.
And he
That
did
is
a
so
really
sweet.
good job with it. He did a phenomenal job with it. I thought it was so sweet. I was so thankful that he shared it. I did ask him for permission to share it on the pod. That story specifically, because he DM'd me the story. The rest were just kind of submissions that we got like on the little question box for the story post, but he DM'd me this one. It was really touching. It was really touching. And it just made me realize that, like, sometimes it really is about just being proactive and thoughtful. Kind of like what you were saying, like, obviously, if they're renting an apartment, he can't go like buy a whole ass fireplace and put it in there. On top of that, that's super expensive. But like, he used his own 2 hands and like made a fireplace, out of the poster board and stuff. And it, like I said, it looked really good. I love the picture. Again, super sentimental. I loved it. And it just inspired me to like really think about ways that I can go above and beyond, because sometimes I think it can be so easy to like resort to material things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know they want to, buy this thing, so I'll buy that. Or, oh, I want to, but like the fact that he knew that like she liked fireplaces and they didn't have one. And so he cheered her up by making one. Like, I think that is 10 times more
That is
thoughtful.
an expression of love.
Yeah, that is 10 times more an expression of love than just going out and buying something that they want. Not that that's bad, but I think it just shows a lot more effort. So again,
I love homemade things. Like,
yes.
I know my boyfriend, he writes me really pretty, thoughtful, nice cards. And like, that's always my favorite part of like any gift he's given me, is like the ones that, or he drew me a little stitch on a piece of paper.
I found that the other day in your purse. I thought it was so cute.
That I keep in my wallet. Yeah. And he's just like, I love when he gives me things like that. So it's like, I don't need him to buy me a Louis purse. No, I just love when he, gives me like his thoughts or his words on a cute little card or draws me something. I find that so special.
And everyone shows love differently, because, okay, my boyfriend, not a huge writer, has
He's
only
a Taurus.
I know. Yours is Gemini. Mine has only written me 1 card for Christmas. And when I say that I saw that he got me a card or like wrote me, and he's also kind of self-conscious about his handwriting, but I actually love his handwriting. And so when he was giving me my gifts and I saw that he wrote me a card, I'm not gonna lie, that was the thing I was most excited to open. Because I was like, oh my God, he wrote me a card. And like, I think he knows that I love written things. And like, I still go back and read that card sometimes because like, it means so much to me.
I read my cards all the time.
Yeah, but he's not a huge writer. And I get that. He shows love in other ways. Like I said, everyone shows love differently. But I just remember like, I was so excited about the card, and it's still like one of my most prized possessions. But anyways, so that segment was our personal fave submissions, brought to you by Personal Fave. Again, use code FAVDT at personalfave.co and go try some wet or peak. Now, moving on to some of the other submissions. Some of these were great, and I actually read them through to my boyfriend because I was like so excited about some of them. And then as I was reading them out loud, I was like, I should have saved some of these so that like, because some of them I do really want to try. Oh, this one was funny. Someone made him cheesecake and wore lingerie. We got pregnant the next day. Oh. I was like, ugh. Okay, this one I thought was
she probably got pregnant in 3 to 5 business days, because it does take 3 days for the eggs to
they got pregnant because of it. This one I thought was so cute, and again, just a really creative one. I assume it's a male. Looks like a male in the picture, but he made a paper dahlia wreath out of pages from her favorite book. Love that. And I hope it's like a piece of decor that they keep like in their house.
That is really cute.
Another one took him to his first NBA and MLB games. Next up is NFL. I love surprising someone with tickets to a game. Mm-hmm. And this is something I'd still like to do for my boyfriend sometime. I tried to do it over Christmas, but he was also planning to go to he was also well aware of the game that I was going to surprise him with. So he was like, I already got tickets. And I was like, okay, then I'm not going to do that. Because I actually asked his sister, I'm like, should I surprise him with this? She was like, I guarantee you he's already thought about it. And so I went and asked him, I was like, what do you think about this game? And he was like, oh yeah, we're going to get tickets and we're going to go. And I was like, okay, so I can't surprise you with that.
Someone said She said made him a calendar, she was suggesting.
Okay, start over. Come on.
Sorry, she was suggesting something for you. Make him a calendar of sexy pictures of you. Okay.
Love that.
You know what I really want to do? A, I want to hire Trevor again because I love his photography.
Mm-hmm.
But B, like I want to get, you know when you can put like those like jelly films over the lenses and then like then it's like one moody color.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to do like a naked photo shoot of like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
then do like a calendar or something?
And then like give the photos to my boyfriend.
Well, I thought this was my second favorite submission. Someone, where was it? Hold on. Oh, damn it, where is it?
A guy said, I told my wife I wanted to have sex with another man while she watched. I wonder how surprised she was at hearing that.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If my boyfriend came up to me and was like, I want to go bang a dude, like, will you watch? That would be the shock of the century. So I could see how that's a surprise. That's great. And honestly, good for him. I hope it happened and I hope they had a good time. What I was gonna say was someone put, here it is. She printed out sexy pics of herself as stickers and stuck them in hidden places in his apartment. Turns out after they broke up, he still found those stickers. But anyways, I thought that was a great one. So you could like do a sexy photo shoot, print it out and make it into stickers and then like stick it all over in like random places. Like,
see, but
I thought that's so cute.
I'll like write him little notes or little poems.
I've done that. Yeah.
I haven't written him a poem in a while. Actually, this is a friend of mine. She said I threw him a surprised birthday or a themed birthday surprise party. I thought that was really cute.
Who doesn't love a surprise party?
A themed birthday party, I think, is the best.
Yes.
Everyone likes hiding notes. I like hiding notes, hiding love notes in different places that are sometimes easy or tough.
Someone said my girlfriend got us a helicopter ride around a beautiful island. Love that.
Another person
That's a pricey
said
one,
proposed E&M lifestyle to our 12-year monogamish lifestyle. I wonder how that surprise went.
Yeah. I wonder how that surprise was taken.
But I mean, it sounds like they were monogamish, so maybe they were
monogamish, yeah.
No.
Someone said showed up when he didn't think I could make it. He wasn't expecting me to pull up. We are long distance as well. See, I really want to do that, except how am I going to randomly show up in Italy when it's like a 14-hour, flight? Like the whole time he'd be like, why isn't she responding? Where is she? Her location isn't on. Like he would be more concerned than anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would explain things once I land, but we also like have everything planned to a T for the most part that like it would just, that one would be really hard to do. But I love that. Anytime that you can like surprise someone. I saw a TikTok. I thought this was so funny. I guess the girl went to surprise her boyfriend in the city that he lived in, and he went to surprise her in the city that she lived in. Their long distance.
That's hilarious.
So she literally,
they're like, what?
She literally rang his doorbell and FaceTimed him, and he like, she said she thought it was like really weird because he like hung up on her real quick, like didn't answer, hung up on her real quick, and then like a few minutes later he like FaceTimed her and was like literally inside her apartment, and she was like, what the hell? And they didn't even get to see each other.
Aww.
I thought that was so sad.
Some guy said I bought a big ass dildo and eventually a strap on. My arms would get tired, so I used it on that.
But yeah, use that on her and she loved it. Honestly, anytime that you can surprise your partner with like something new and sexual and fun, I think that that's a great time.
Another person said brought birthday decorations to the hotel in my suitcase and decorated it while he showered.
Oh, that's cute.
That's so cute.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
What if on the birthday trip, maybe when we get there, while he's showering, I bring some decorations and like make it all cutesy or do something.
Where are y'all gonna be for his birthday?
I'll tell you later. Anyways, I actually really like that. I might really steal that one. I didn't even see that one the other day.
Another girl said, gave him a deep throat while massaging his prostate. So good. He shivered delightfully.
Love that.
As a surprise? Like,
hey, you never know. For some people, that is a surprise. Don't shame it. Come on.
No, I'm not shaming it. I'm saying, like, I guess that is a surprise. I'm just saying, what if the massaging his prostate would have been a bad surprise. I don't know. Never mind. Ignore me. What else? Let's see here.
I had two that they said they sent it into Double Team, but I'm not seeing them. Like, they sent it as a DM. And that makes me sad. If I didn't see them, please resend. I'm looking through right now and I don't see them at all.
I know. I'm like, checking our messages on Double Team is confusing because it just says 0, but I know that like, and then you gotta like reload it and then others come in. I don't know.
I think it's like a glitch.
But I rarely ever, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really check the DMs on either accounts. Usually Nikki does all the social media shit.
Well, I feel so bad because sometimes I'll go through and check it and it'll literally be like 20 plus and I'm like, oh, hey guys, sorry, didn't answer.
Someone put, I show up every day. That's the surprise? That's the surprise? Surprise! I showed up today. I'm sorry. That is...
Wait, but like emotionally
yeah,
or physically? Like you just... Okay, think about if you like just randomly physically like throughout the day. Every day. They're just, you know, she's at the grocery store. Bam! You're at the grocery store too.
That's giving ear tag.
Oh, that was funny.
I saw that one and I was like, they can't be serious. I'm glad that's a surprise, but okay, I think so that should just be the minimum.
Those were, but yeah, okay, those were most of the ones that I really liked reading through. So thank you for everyone that submitted something for that. I'm feeling more inspired to be more thoughtful. Even though I think I'm pretty thoughtful. But I really like the stickers one for something that I want to try with my boyfriend, like at his apartment. And I really like the decorations while they're showering, like on a trip, because I think that one I can do.
I want to surprise my boyfriend for his birthday. Mm-hmm. And so basically...
You're going to hire a hooker?
No. No! Anyways, so he's going to be at a bachelor party in Vegas the weekend of his birthday. His birthday's on a Sunday. He gets back Sunday.
How many bachelor parties is this man going to?
No, all of his fucking friends are getting married, Nicole.
Are you okay with this?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so anyways, I want to surprise my boyfriend for his birthday. And basically, he's going to be at a bachelor party in Vegas. His birthday's on Sunday. He gets back Sunday, thankfully. So, like, we get to, like, have dinner and hang out.
Are you going to go up on... Oh, wait, no, you're going to be... Okay, keep going.
But anyways, so he's going to be in Vegas, like, I don't know, Thursday through Sunday morning. And one of the days, the groom loves fast cars. So there's, like, basically a service in Vegas where you can rent, you know, you can rent, like, really nice, like, McLarens or Ferraris and, like, take them for laps around the track. And so, you know, but it is a little pricey, you know, and my boyfriend and I have a fuck ton of trips coming up and we've been buying a shit ton of flights. And I know he really, really wants to drive a Ferrari around, you know, but he's like, it's stupid to spend my money on this. Like, I don't want to do it. So I was like thinking that maybe I could surprise him by like just buying him one of the car rides with one of the Ferraris he likes.
How much is it?
It doesn't matter.
Well, no, I'm going to ask because, like, I would, if I were you, and maybe this is me just being, like, wanting to be a part of the experience, but, like, I would rather have a surprise that, like, we can both be a part of. You can take him to, hold on, let me finish. Okay. You can take him to Temecula, or not Temecula, Palm Springs. There's one of the driving schools where you can go drive like fast cars, and that's something like you could do together. So like I don't know how much the cost is, but like if it's comparable to that, I would do that.
I'll look at that and see if they're about the same. But I mean, he's gonna be there with his friend, so I thought like that might be a fun thing to surprise him with. Obviously, like I'll get him like other small stuff and like cook him a nice dinner or something. I do want to cook him like a good like recipe rather than like going out to eat, because we try to avoid going out to eat in general because we like to be healthy. But anyways, so but that's just like a thought. I'm like, okay, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could do something different. Honestly, he's like such a simple person. Like I can also just surprise him with like his favorite Pokemon card that's $50 and he'll be really happy, you know? So yeah.
Sounds good. Anyways, Don't ever forget to go do something special for someone you love. You know, you can surprise friends too. I will randomly send donuts to friends, either like on holidays
And
or
you don't
for
even have to
special
spend
occasions.
money.
Yeah.
You can just surprise them with a nice note.
I will. That's probably the main thing I do. Actually, yeah. And that's how you know I love you, if I send you donuts randomly. But anyways, thanks guys for tuning in. Thank you for everyone for submitting into
Your condoms.
the little post I had. And yes, wear condoms.
Yeah. And don't forget to leave a 5-star review.